Hello everyone. Today I want to show you how I do a small indoor still life. It's really hot outside and it's gonna rain, so I don't think that I'll be able to paint outside. And just a very small still life uh, done with oil pastels. And actually, this is 9 by 12. Pastel matte. It's anthracite color pastel matte, and I do a very small, very light uh, drawing. I think that so for the drawing I go to very to this it's kind of burnt sienna, I think, color, and I do it in a very light way. Okay, so it's basically so the composition is very simple, and I don't want to make it something really difficult, and it's a good way to practice painting still life or something not from photographs, which is always much better than just this is very dark blue, and I use it for cast shadows from this I don't know if you see it, it's you probably see it, this pottery. It's kind of a small vase or something, and I use it a lot. You may actually when you use black here, but I don't recommend you to start with darks, though it may be interesting, but rather try to start with we call them local colors. They actually the colors of the light and the colors of the shadow. Okay, and so I may use kind of maybe impressionistic colors, so don't be really surprised. And this is a very blue, kind of cyan blue, you know, cyan. I don't know how to pronounce this one. Okay, maybe some blue and green, and so I don't really blend at this point, because actually all the colors I just add these colors the way I see them, you know. I don't because these are, I think this is Sennelier, this is Sennelier, so I don't know, I don't really think that I need to. I don't really this is light wish. This is light wish. I may push colors just a little bit, you know, because there is some, I don't know, this kind of pottery, and it may be it has a certain, I don't know, glazing. And I see some okay, I'll probably go for this kind of darker brown here. So, but basically the light comes from the right. So from the right, and this part will be darker, but not really dark, because the contrast is still not very strong. So this area will be probably I may use purple, as you see, and it's all right. I just feel okay with that. Maybe just some kind of magenta, with my which is my favorite, and some blue. And these are my the plums from my garden, and so the shaded part of plums, I start with not black, mixture of black and red, but rather from I start with very dark. It can be either magenta, mauve, like I'm showing you mauve. It's dark transparent color from Sennelier, or alizarin crimson, which is dark, a warmer red, dark red color. So I don't really use black, you know. I in my works, I try not to use black like Impressionists did. Okay, it may be so again, like I go for some local colors, okay, and they may be saturated, but I don't use lights and highlights yet. I don't really blend them because they're soft, and you can just blend them right on paper, which is very cool, because you can do it like this, and when you paint with you can just blend just a little bit with your finger, but basically I don't even use turpentine here, because pastel matte works really well with oil pastels. Okay, so I'll probably add some, maybe some, well, these are kind of small details. And in fact, I paint these plums right away. This is a peach actually, so the peach may be, this is very light yellow, and maybe it's too light, but don't be scared with by this. And sometimes if I see the light, I may apply it right away. Okay, and I may apply it right away. So, and you can always darken this this light, so don't be really scared by but if you apply the light and you say, oh my god, it's too light. Don't, because you can always make it the right value. With oil pastels it's easy, it's really easy. I know it's probably not easy to watch me painting, but believe me, it's much you'll have much more information here rather than just taking any workshop, because I took so many workshops and people, the artists didn't really explained, you know, this is the word, like you need to, when you paint you need to explain. And people, this is actually the kind of a highlight. It's not even highlight, it's more like when you paint a peach, there is some kind of light due to the structure of the piece, structure of this fruit, I mean. Okay. So what I'm doing, I'm just painting the shape of this plum. The same is here. I have some light here, you know, on this part of the plum, and probably some kind of green, but very muted green. I think that it's more like olive green. I'm trying to find this olive green. I think that okay, I'll do it later. So what about this peach? So I just actually kind of adding I paint more like alla prima, and I may add some red here, and more like, now I think that the color of the light is darker than this color, so but I can always add make it more orange. Okay, so there is more like kind of very light light red, and so you see, I'm not even using a turpentine. I'm just adding layers of oil pastels here and there, just adding and I'm not really this is some kind of, we have some kind of purple here, and you can always add some kind of terracotta, which is even, you know, even some, maybe even some pink here, you know, just let's see. Another thing is that when you paint, when you don't blend, right? And it's a general rule for any painting of any object. You just paint, you just add these colors in this cross-hatching technique, more like that you do with a pencil, if you know what I'm talking about, and along the shape, you know, of this object. I'll probably make it just a bit lighter here. So you do it, and okay, maybe even lighter here. Don't really try to add lights yet. So it's basically, I don't know, it's actually the color of the light, because the light goes from the right, and the shadows are not very strong here, in fact. So it's, the whole thing may look a little bit, maybe a little bit flat, you know, because of that. And I will probably add some and oh, one of my pastels fell down, sorry. I'll just, okay, so I think that we have more kind of, you know, very light, and okay, and here we have we have a bit of green here. And I just use my fingers just a bit, you know. Because actually there's some light, just a bit of light here. You see, when I'm applying Light Wish, it works so great. Light Wish actually is very good. I don't know, I really like this Light Wish. Or this is, I think this is a piece of I think this is Holbein. Holbein is good too. So it's not very oily, but rather, okay, so here we have some okay, I will add some blue, even maybe here, oops, some blue and maybe even here, blue, blue-green, and as for this color, you know, this is the color of the light, but I'm just adding, and I'll be probably adding more colors here. Okay. And I still want, I think this is just so if I add light wish, it works really well with pastel matte. I can even add layers, and they work really well. I think that well, maybe I'll just add more on this kind of. Now this is fact. I think that we need just to add here we have this, we need to paint the reflected light here. And I think that, so the color, let's see, it will be actual this color. Okay, it's really, really saturated. You can probably, you know, be more impressionistic and just, you know, just yeah, another thing, you can always be more impressionistic with oil pastels and just apply colors like this in cross-hatching technique, or you can blend. You know, it's up to you. You can always blend. There's nothing wrong with that. So, and I think you can just blend colors like this, maybe, and different shades of maybe green, even green here, you know, why not, even green, blue and green. And I think that we still need to show some reflected light on the peach, and this reflected light may be very subtle, and it's usually the reflected light is something very really neutral. Well, artists are different. Some want to make this reflected light like especially when they paint trees, like blue or blue-green, depending on the tree they paint. But in a still life, I think that it's either gray or very blue-green, you know, blue-green. But it's very subtle, so I don't really want it to be, you know, I don't know, we have some kind of light here. And I think that we need apply very dark. Okay, something dark here and some dark here, just something even maybe even darker. This is actually part of the shadow. It's the shadow here, and I think that the shadows here kind of darker too. Maybe some very dark green will really work. Very dark green, or maybe even black. Though I don't really use black, but sometimes, you know, just to so you see what's happening when you add very dark color, like dark green or almost black. You see that the object may looks more like, I don't know, more okay. I'm just playing with colors, so I'm just adding some blue and maybe, I don't know, just okay. So another thing is that let's go back to, or even, you know, some kind of pink here. When I would like this peach kind of blending in the background, you know, slightly kind of okay, and then here we may even okay, and now maybe some kind of okay, just I think it's a little bit, maybe lighter, just a bit lighter here, just a little bit. Okay, and here we have actually so this plum is away from the light, and as it's a plum, we can add some kind of neutral color, like even here, you know, neutral color, and okay, it's actually a bit of green here. Okay, it's just a bit of green. Okay, and what else? I think that we can kind of And you can always use this negative space, you know, to shape your objects. So now they look okay. I think the fruit look okay. And yeah, I love oil pastels. Oil pastels are so cool. I mean, there's no dust. You can, and so as you see, you place colors, and colors are just there, you know. And this is gorgeous. I mean, nothing will happen. You see, there is no dust, nothing. I mean, and you don't have to wait like you wait with. You see what I'm doing? I'm just blending, okay? And you see what's happening when you blend with the turpentine. It's actually, it loses its the strokes that I put here, and it just I don't know, makes everything more consistent in terms of color, right? And but you know, there is no, I mean, the saturation, right, is less. I mean, you see that the colors are less saturated, but I'm just showing you the possible like the possibility, right? So what you can do really with, you can play with colors like this, right? Or I don't know, you can blend, and you can add more colors, but later you'll be able to add more colors. Just wait for it, you know. Like here, you see it's wet, but I still can add more colors. Even like if you see, do you see it actually? Oops, I think that you see it. So okay, you can add more colors here. Okay, so I'm just showing you. I don't have to finish the whole thing, but you see, so you can, it's called the cross hatching technique, right? When you place your colors like this and this, as if you're doing a charcoal drawing, okay? I don't know if you ever did any drawing, but with charcoal pencils or just pencils, you know. I may add some dark green here, like, okay, so basically everything is like so make it less chromatic, or I may even add some purple here, why not, you know, to okay, tone down. So there are many possibilities, right? Okay, so what about this the vase? The vase, I think that we need to darken the shadow, which is behind this peach, and actually I'm darker. I think that the shadow here is darker, not very dark, but just darker, you know. And I'll probably add some blue here, just a little bit. So this shadow here, but we this is the reflected light, which may be the reflected light from the blue cloth, and it's probably need to be maybe even kind of more saturated here, a little bit like this, maybe even like this. And here we have I think I'll exaggerate the reflected light, maybe even greenish or bluish. Okay. And this is one difficult thing. We need to maybe even purplish. Okay. Okay, this is ceramics, and it's in the light, so we have this very so if you do any ceramics, start with local color and then add the light little by little, because it's all about the values, and maybe it's just too much. Okay. Maybe some purple here. And so I think that this kind of the reflection of the peach in the should be darker, a little bit darker, because okay, just a bit darker, right? This like this. And then I think that I see the reflection of this guy in this part of the jug. Okay, and then well, I'll just put some kind of blue here. Okay, it's just, we don't need this really, I mean, even maybe green. We don't need a lot of, you know, color there. It's like in the shadow or something. This should be. So I'm kind of adding this. Oh, Alex, I'm doing a video. Okay, thank you. So okay, so this is actually the shadow from the on the plum. So I strongly recommend you to do still life with oil pastels rather than painting from photographs. Like I noticed many people do this. It will lead you to nowhere. Just a simple still life will give you many more, much more satisfaction and knowledge and everything. Okay, and I think that I will probably what I'm thinking. I think that this is, you see, again, this is already dry, and I can add more layers like this or in any manner you find it interesting. So whatever, I mean, the way you want it. Okay, so I'm not really blending. I think that generally you can even lose some edges, like here you see you lose some edges, and this is my favorite technique. You just lose the edges when like this plum, it gets more incorporated in this these are called lost edges. And oil pastels work for this kind of technique really well. So it's just amazing. I don't know, even with dry pastels it's not that interesting and beautiful as with oil pastels. Okay, I'll probably add some color here. Okay, a bit of color here. Okay, just it's just this very dark. Okay, I'm just looking at my own still life, and I think that so even here we have some, what color is this? Okay, this is kind of, I don't know, black or whatever, and maybe not black. Okay, it's kind of very dark. Highlights, the highlights, I cannot place the highlight here. Oh, it's very, I think it's kind of blue. The highlight here may be very kind of blue, and we have a highlight here. Okay, and then we can add some highlights here, and maybe even a bit of, well, with highlights it's tricky because you need just to have a very steady hand. And I may even like make a little bit lighter this part of the base. Okay, and maybe more saturated. Actually, this one is kind of, this part is saturated, and this one is maybe, I think it's kind of, I think it's darker, you know, and it's more like mauve. I think that probably mauve, or maybe, let's see, yeah. But you know, I'm applying mauve, but I still want this local color, saturated color to be there, you know. And it's very dark. It's like burnt sienna or something here. This one is even lighter. I think that we need something like, okay, let's see, this one. No, not this one. Maybe this one. This is Sennelier. I like Sennelier, really, I do. Now this is still, this is probably a little bit, no, this is still, okay, I think that I will just add more. This one just a little bit. You also actually, you apply, like in dry pastels, you learn to apply your oil pastels in a certain way so that you can change the value easily, but you don't really if you push, because the thing is, like, one artist wrote in one of her blogs that dry pastels can be really spread easily, which is not true compared to oil pastels. And oil pastels work better on sanded paper than dry pastels, which is wrong. And I want to tell you that the sanded surface works really great with oil pastels and dry pastels. But dry pastels is not wax, it's just chalk and water and binder, and oil pastels is wax and turpentine, I think, and oil and what else, and pigment, of course. So I think that oil pastels, well, when you paint on sandpaper, oil pastels fill in the tooth much faster. This is what I wanted to tell you. Okay, so this is probably just I think we have kind of bluish, maybe on, you know, greenish like this, which is, it's from my lamp to the right. This is probably too much. Okay, we'll need this. Okay, and we have this okay light. This is the hardest thing, just to to form the shape. What I'm doing, actually, I'm forming the shape of this vase and of all of the objects with color. I think they can add, I think that it's like I think that I'm adding more. It's lighter. It's lighter here, just a bit lighter here than, and it's have this foam like this. It goes this way. Yeah, and it kind of blends with the background, which I love, you know. And probably, you know what, another thing that you'll probably, let me see, you may add some add some orange here, just a bit of, yeah. Okay, so, and I probably forgot about, okay, says we have some light here too, just a bit of light here. What else? I think that we have some, as often, you know, when you paint, you can often So yeah, even you see, like the you can always, yeah, so like the it's very light. I think it's very light pink, neutral, kind of neutral pink, which makes it more interesting. Just the peach goes, you know, the same as here. I didn't really define the edges, you know, and it works so well. I think another thing is maybe that this vase needs to be, maybe, I don't know, it's very kind of complicated, but I think that maybe all these reflected lights, you know, shouldn't be really okay, just a bit here. Okay, just a bit. Okay. And I don't really think that I need just, and I think that the reflected light should be even, maybe, okay. And okay, I have this. I have basically, you know what, like green and terracotta and some. I still need to define. Yeah, it's a lot of work when you paint even like a small vase or just a fruit. It's just usually a lot of work, and and another thing is that when you have this edge, when you have this edge, when something light, right, like this peach, touches the foam which is behind it, make sure that it's light, it's not very dark in value. So there is actually this part, even the reflection of this peach in the vase is here, right? But then you can make it, in fact it's lighter because we have light here, okay, because the light hits this area, and here it's even, you know, kind of lighter. But then I think that we all need just to add some let me see, maybe some kind of blue here. Yeah, just I'm making this part lighter just a little bit, you know, because I think that the whole thing, you know, needs to be a little bit lighter here. And it's also kind of blends. You see, now it's much better. It blends in the background color much better. And another thing that even this like very lightly. So I'm applying this pastel very lightly, and in fact it goes down to this edge. So you see that like the vase like goes behind and blends very well with the peach due to this reflected light, all this reflected light. Okay, because this is actually even this, you know, this part, like I don't know what's this is probably me sitting now. Oh, this is the reflection of the cloth, which is white, and I think that this is the reflection of the cloth. Okay, so it's yeah, okay. And then I think that we can, I think it's almost done. I mean the vase, and I will probably make this a little bit darker, and maybe I'll just add some blue, you know, why not here. This one is darker, a little bit darker. Okay, and then we have some variations of, I don't know, it's like the pottery. In fact, you know, like you see that the darkest dark is in the vase. I mean, the darkest dark is the cast shadow here. Okay, I'll just make it a little bit more. Yeah, this is the cast shadow. Okay, and the cast shadow is darker. I think it's even black, or very dark blue, or very dark green, but I cannot find green. Okay, it's just kind of, yeah, okay. And now it looks much better. Okay, so, and another thing is that I think that I will add some light, just a bit of light here on this part of the base. Okay, just a bit, you know, some, it's not even reflection, but it's more like, yeah, kind of a reflection of the light a little bit here, just a bit. Yeah, so now it looks more like this. Maybe even the rim is very hard to paint, because yes, like you can always use, you know, for these details you can always use craypar, which is kind of, yeah, hard. If you're not sure, that maybe you think that your hand will tremble or something, this is actually craypar. Now you see, this is very good for details, but if you want to add color, now it's not working. So craypar is very good when you start your painting, right? When you, like, see, I'm adding some blue and it's there, but not much help. If you want just to add more color, it will not add. And so basically, another thing that I wanted to tell you, it's very important, just it's good that I recalled about it. Like for a beginner, the best thing is to buy all dark transparent colors from Sennelier. Invest in dark transparent colors like Prussian blue, ultramarine blue, phthalo blue, phthalo green. I don't know if I pronounce it right. Phthalo, okay, blue, green, phthalo blue, phthalo green, magenta, alizarin crimson, which is dark transparent red warm color, burnt sienna, what else? Indigo, of course, indigo. Payne's gray, you know, Payne's gray is good. Of course, if you want to use black, you can buy black. So just, but black, you can buy black from Paul Rubens or some other brand, from Lightwish. So all these dark transparent, emerald green, of course, all these dark transparent colors will help you. A sap green, of course, sap green, very dark warm green, will help you to achieve the a deepest, a better contrast, a deeper contrast between the light and the dark, because other brands don't have it. I just checked out many brands. You can have maybe like Prussian blue and ultramarine blue, and that's it. But you need magenta, you need or mauve, dark, very dark, red warm color. You need mauve, you need emerald green, which is a very dark deep green, and you just add any kind of, you just add, I don't know, like orange, and you've got olive green, right? And or you add yellow, and you have this saturated greens, very beautiful saturated greens. So invest in these colors, and you can buy any other cheap, like Paul Rubens, I don't know, Quillox set, Montmartre, any set will do. Quillox have very good saturated reds, medium value, of course, medium value reds, oranges, pinks, yellows, you know, purples. They have a really good sets. And another thing that you need to invest in crepar, which is hard, semi-hard or hard, I think the hard, yes, hard oil pastels, which are good to start your painting with, to block in your colors, like, I don't know, blues, right, purples. But dark senneliers is a must for any serious oil pastel artist. And all other brands are good. I mean, I like Quillox, I like Montmartre, but you start with semi-hard or hard oil pastels, and then you, if you're not sure about your abilities, you just slowly switch to soft pastels, soft oil pastels like Quillox or Sennelier. Okay, so this is a very important thing to remember, and I hope you like this video. And I'm planning to record more videos, but every time it's a lot of work, and it's really hard work, so that you understand it's not easy. And I'm a very busy artist, and I don't only do oil pastels. I'm an oil painter, and I'm a pastel or dry pastel painter. But I really want you to start doing oil pastels and to be better artists, you know. This is a terrific medium, I'm telling you. This is the colors don't fade, the paintings preserve very well. Just don't forget to put glycine on your painting, and then I put them in acetate envelopes, plastic envelopes. Yeah, and if you frame them with art spaces, so that the surface doesn't touch the inner side of the glass. Okay, thank you, and bye bye. Okay.